Prime Video has quietly been building one of the most diverse and surprising movie libraries out there. Beyond the blockbuster hits, you'll find hidden gems, films that didn't make huge headlines but deliver incredible storytelling, style, and emotional punch. These movies range from eerie horror to smart thrillers and dark comedies, each one worth adding to your watch list. Here are 10 underrated movies on Prime Video that deserve your attention this October.
He's sparing the daughters. He stays in the house with her, along with the parents' dead bodies.
At number 10, we have Ghostland. This twisted horror film, directed by Pascal Laugier, follows two sisters who return to their childhood home years after a brutal attack changed their lives. What begins as a reunion quickly descends into a disturbing psychological nightmare. The film plays with perception, blending trauma and hallucination in ways that constantly keep you guessing what's real. It's unsettling, dark, and deeply emotional, with a performance by Crystal Reed that anchors the chaos in raw fear and vulnerability. Ghostland doesn't rely on cheap scares. It builds dread slowly, making every moment feel uneasy. It's a modern horror gem that got overlooked upon release, but deserves recognition now. The movie has an IMDb rating of 6.4.
No!
We got your friend!
They captured Allison!
At number 9, we have Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. This horror comedy flips the slasher genre upside down. It follows two kind-hearted hillbillies, Tucker and Dale, who are mistaken for killers by a group of college students camping in the woods. What follows is a series of absurd, accidental deaths that escalate the misunderstanding. The genius of the film lies in how it turns horror cliches into laugh-out-loud chaos, while still delivering plenty of gore and tension. Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine make the perfect comedic duo, bringing warmth and heart to a story that could have easily gone off the rails. It's bloody, hilarious, and surprisingly sweet. A cult favorite that's as much about friendship as it is about mayhem. It holds an IMDb rating of 7.5.
What is it you want to be for this company?
There's more in that building than what you can see, Doctor.
At number 8, we have Suspiria. Luca Guadagnino's reimagining of the 1977 horror classic is one of the most visually striking films of the decade. Set in a Berlin dance academy that hides a dark, supernatural secret, the film blends witchcraft, psychological horror, and political undertones into something haunting and hypnotic. Dakota Johnson delivers a career-defining performance as a young dancer drawn into the coven's mysterious rituals, while Tilda Swinton takes on multiple roles with eerie brilliance. The choreography, muted color palette, and Tom York's haunting score give the film an almost dreamlike feel. Suspiria isn't just a horror film, it's an art house experience that lingers in your mind long after it ends. With an IMDb rating of 6.5, it's a bold and atmospheric film waiting to be rediscovered on Prime Video.
It's not real. It's okay.
At number 7, we have The Boogeyman. Based on Stephen King's short story, The Boogeyman dives into the primal fear of what hides in the dark. It follows two sisters still reeling from their mother's death as they're terrorized by a sinister creature feeding on grief. Director Rob Savage keeps the tension tight, balancing emotional trauma with supernatural terror. The performances, especially Sophie Thatcher's, give the film emotional weight, grounding the scares in real pain. It's a story about loss and the monsters that come with it, both literal and emotional. While it may not have reinvented horror, it's an effective, chilling watch for those who like their scares with substance. The movie carries an IMDb rating of 6.
This creature is a force more powerful than evil.
But you could never please me as he could.
At number 6, we have Nosferatu. This modern adaptation of the legendary vampire tale brings gothic horror back to life with stunning craftsmanship. Directed by Robert Eggers, known for The Witch and the Lighthouse, the film stars Bill Skarsgård as the infamous Count Orlok and Lily Rose Depp as his tragic obsession. Set in 19th century Europe, the story follows a young woman whose life spirals into terror as she encounters the mysterious vampire that preys on human weakness. Eggers' signature style, eerie atmosphere, meticulous detail, and slow-burning dread turns this remake into a haunting visual masterpiece. It's both a tribute to the original and a bold reinvention of it. It got an IMDb rating of 7.2.
I think my husband was infected.
You're scaring me.
At number 5, we have Wolfman. Blake, a husband and father, brings his family to his remote childhood home in rural Oregon after his own father goes missing and is presumed dead. After they are attacked by a creature, Blake is injured and begins to undergo a horrifying transformation into a werewolf. Trapped and barricaded inside the farmhouse, his wife Charlotte must decide whether the terror within their home is more dangerous than the unseen animal lurking outside. The film has an IMDb rating of 5.6. At number 4, we have Against Their Will. Against Their Will is a French movie about two young women from Alsace are forcibly sent to a German labor camp during World War II. They must endure brutal conditions and the horrors of war as they are first sent to a munitions factory and later to a maternity ward. Based on a true story, the film depicts the struggles of the Malgarels, Alsatian women forced to work for the Nazi regime. With an IMDb rating of 6.9, it's a hidden gem well worth streaming on Prime Video. At number 3, we have Last Night in Soho. Edgar Wright's Last Night in Soho is a stylish psychological thriller that blurs the line between past and present. The story follows Eloise, a young fashion student who begins to experience vivid visions of 1960s London through the eyes of a glamorous singer named Sandy. What begins as fascination quickly turns into horror as dark secrets emerge beneath the glittering surface. The film's use of music, lighting, and costume design is impeccable, capturing both nostalgia and dread in equal measure. Anya Taylor-Joy and Thomasin McKenzie deliver mesmerizing performances, while Wright's direction maintains a hypnotic rhythm. It's part mystery, part ghost story, and all atmosphere. It got an IMDb rating of 7. At number 2, we have Into the White. Set during World War II, this gripping survival drama follows British and German pilots who crash in the snowy wilderness of Norway. Stranded in freezing conditions, the enemies are forced to work together to survive. The story moves beyond war and politics, exploring humanity and compassion in impossible circumstances. The isolated cabin setting creates constant tension, and the film's understated tone lets the performances shine. Rupert Grint and Florian Lucas deliver powerful portrayals of men learning to see each other beyond uniforms. Into the White is a moving and surprisingly hopeful story of survival and shared humanity. It has an IMDb rating of 7.1.
I like to dissect girls. Did you know I'm utterly insane?
At number 1, we have American Psycho. Topping the list is one of the most iconic psychological thrillers ever made. American Psycho follows Patrick Bateman, a wealthy New York investment banker who hides a horrifying secret life as a killer. Directed by Mary Harron and starring Christian Bale in one of his most unforgettable performances, the film is both a sharp social satire and a disturbing character study. Beneath the blood and chaos lies a critique of greed, image, and moral decay in corporate America. The tone is sleek, cold, and eerily funny, making you question what's real and what's fantasy. Over 2 decades later, American Psycho still holds its edge and cultural relevance. It has an IMDb rating of 7.6. These 10 films prove that Prime Video offers far more than blockbusters. So grab the popcorn and discover some truly creative and distinctive stories hiding in plain sight. Happy binge watching.